1 second, please. We are not live yet, and we are live. Welcome back to Crypto Tutorial. In today's video, I would like to discuss, well, multiple scenarios, but as well what the current market structure looks like. So that is for sure something I think is absolutely interesting. And I will be also doing a quick check about the audio. So 1 second, please. Perfect. Everyone is able to hear me, so I would like to get started. So first of all, I would like to thank you guys for joining me today, and I would like to say, well, if you are not yet subscribed to this channel, and if you are actually seeing my videos, previous videos, do not forget to hit that subscribe button right away down below. And as well, if you have seen my previous videos and you are joining right now and tuning in on this live stream, do not forget to hit that smash up, actually, the thumbs up down below. Well, this being said, let's get started and let's take a quick look at what the current, not the Bitcoin price action, because I would like to actually reserve that or keep that one for later on during this live stream. But today I actually wanted to start off by taking a look at Chainlink. So Chainlink, what is actually important, we have seen this major rise during the past couple of days. I think this is absolutely incredible. Even more important is that if we take a quick look right here, ever since the point of time that we see the trend reversal getting created, we have seen a 62% increase during the past 23 days. Actually, a little bit further, if I'm all right, I will be placing this once again during the past, well, 62% increase during the past 25 days. So that is for sure absolutely marvelous. And when did we actually start seeing this increase in price action? Well, for sure this occurred after we broke out above this descending resistance. We did see actually multiple touch points below this area, and eventually we see a breakout occur above it, and we started to see that increase. So that was why I personally think that we have seen that 62% increase so far. So that is absolutely important to me. And what else are we seeing? Well, as I've said previously, a major level of resistance on Chainlink is actually the $26.45. The reason why is because if we place a fixed range volume profile on the daily time frame from swing high towards swing low, you can clearly see that at this exact same point in time, we experience major momentum, major volume being traded. Therefore, this will be a very difficult level to break out above. And what we can clearly see if we zoom out a bit further is that we are right now with this daily candle retesting this range once more. But what I think is important to know is that if we do not break out above it and find a support on top, it is actually more likely that we are going to get rejected underneath and see a decrease getting started afterwards. So those are the possible scenarios within the upcoming hours. And let's get a quick look at the 4-hourly time frame. Well, for sure on the 4-hourly time frame, what I think is important right here is that if we zoom in a bit closer, we have seen this ascending support, or as well this parabolic run up. I think this is still a possible level of support underneath us, but unfortunately we have only seen 2 touch points on top of it, so it's not a confirmed ascending support yet, or an ascending curve line where we could be seeing a support being found on top. So we would like to see a 3rd touch point on top of it, otherwise it won't be a confirmed trend line and therefore not provide enough support for this trend. Well, what else are we seeing on the 4-hourly time frame if we zoom in a bit closer? What I think is absolutely important is that if I select a trend line, we can see here something I think is quite important. Well, will I be saying it like this? Well, perhaps I'm cat, but I think I would like to prefer to place my lines differently. I will be selecting another tool called the parallel channel, and I will try to place a parallel channel right here to see if we are actually inside of one. So by placing it right here, well, I would like to say that this is a confirmed parallel channel. The reason why is because we have already seen 2 touch points, or actually multiple touch points on top of this descending support, and as well we have seen 1, 2, and the third touch point below this descending resistance. Why am I saying descending support and descending resistance? Well, it's actually due to the fact that we are seeing a minor decline or a minor sideways price action, so it's not completely horizontal, it's just a little bit more descending to me than a horizontal level of support and resistance. So this is for sure something you would like to monitor closely, especially for tomorrow and also for the immediate short term, because if we do actually see a breakout or breakdown above this descending resistance, for example, or underneath this descending support, we could see a major move on Chainlink. Why is this the case? It's because if we select the highest point, or well, if we select the horizontal level of resistance and head straight back down all the way towards the first touch point on top of the ascending support, you can clearly see that this will be the breakout measurement. So if we are going to see a breakout occur, for example, on Monday or on the 9th of January, of perhaps a bit further right here, well, what you are seeing clearly is that we are going to see an increase occur of approximately, let's take a quick look by removing as well the toolbar, 13%. So this could be a possible 13% move towards the upside taking place on Chainlink. So that is for sure something you would like to monitor closely. And as well, if we do see a decline, it will be a 13% decline. So for both scenarios, you can clearly see that we will be heading towards a level of Fibonacci. Something happened I did not predict it would occur, and what I think is important right here is that if we do see a breakdown, there are multiple reasons why we are going to hold strong on top of the 23.6% Fibonacci at $21.21, and it would still be actually very healthy for the overall trend due to the fact that we would still be creating those higher lows. So that is very important to me. And also, let's take a quick look at the comment section where we have seen that someone joined us for red. Please give me a bit of explanation, a little bit more explanation, so I will be able to see what you mean by that. Do you want me to look at this cryptocurrency, or what are your questions? So please let me know in the comment section if you would like me to look at this crypto of your own choice, or what your exact question actually is. This being said, let's head straight back towards Chainlink. Well, what I think is important is that if I place a fixed range volume profile from swing low towards swing high in this uptrend, what you are clearly going to see is that we are heading towards at the $20.07 level. There is a major level of support underneath us. I'm not saying this level will be getting reached within the upcoming days and hours, but if we are going to see a decline right now in the immediate short term and a breakout occur underneath this horizontal or descending support, it is likely that we're going to see this 13% decline. And if we are going to see a 13% decline, it is of utmost importance to take into consideration that at $20.07, we are going to see a stronghold of support getting found. And as well, most importantly, we are trading at that point in time as well at approximately $21.21, and therefore we could find support as well on top of this Fibonacci range. Absolutely important. Also, if we see a breakout occur, actually something different is going to take place. Why is this the case? It's because if we do see a breakout, you can clearly see that we will be heading towards the $30.71, meaning that if we do break out above the 50 range of Fibonacci at $27.78, we could expect momentum towards the upside, and afterwards a support being found on top of this range. And we could as well see even a further decline and a support being found on top of this range below at $26.56. Due to the fact that I showed you previously, this was a major level with major volume being traded at this point in time. So you can see major volume, therefore this will be a very difficult level to break out above, but as well a very good support zone. If we do eventually see a breakout, it will become for sure support on top. Well, let's get started by looking at a few other indicators. And what I would like to get started by is by enabling actually the 200-day moving average on the 4-hourly time frame. What I think is important right here as well is that if we do see a breakdown occur at the 23.6% Fibonacci, we will be not just seeing this horizontal level of support at $20.07 due to the fact that we traded a lot of volume at this point in time. We are also going to see a support being found on top of the 200-day moving average, and most importantly on top of the Fibonacci level of 21.2%. So that is absolutely something you would like to take into consideration. So this is a major stronghold of support underneath us, and I'm confident that if we do see a breakdown in price action or a decline, this will be for sure the best buying opportunity for Chainlink within the upcoming weeks. Also, if I enable a EMA ribbon on the 4-hourly time frame, what you can clearly see is that we are going to get supported actually at approximately $24.84. Therefore, I'm not actually convinced that we are actually going to retest the 23.6% Fibonacci at $21. But if we do eventually break down below the EMA ribbon, it is good to know that this will be a major stronghold of support. Right now in the immediate short term, the 38.2% Fibonacci is serving as a major level of support, so therefore I'm not concerned about this development so far. But I would like to take a look as well at the EMA ribbon on the 1-hourly time frame, where we are right now as well, clearly still getting supported by it. So this does look good to me, but what is important to know is that we could perhaps head towards $38.20 and find support on top of the EMA ribbon on the 4-hourly time frame, because we have seen that occur already multiple times during the past couple of hours. Also on the daily time frame, we can see that we are actually breaking out above the EMA ribbon. Absolutely ridiculously important. Why is this such an important moment right now? Because if we right now hold strong actually on top of the 38.2% Fibonacci, eventually the EMA ribbon will see a crossover occur, the longs taking over the shorts, and we will get supported once more by the daily EMA ribbon. What could occur after that? We could experience major movement of momentum towards the upside. So that is for sure one of the possibilities. If we do actually see a breakout occur or a support being found on top of the EMA ribbon later on, if we hold strong on top of this $24.84 level. Also, let's take a quick look at the RSI and the MACD. So let's get started by looking at the RSI. What I think is absolutely important here is that on the RSI we are clearly heading towards the upside, and what I think is important is that we do not have that much space anymore to see further continuation before breaking out above the dotted line. Why is the dotted line important? Is because once we see a breakout occur above the dotted line, most of the times we are actually going to see a decline afterwards of momentum towards the downside or sideways consolidation on top of a certain range. Right now, that could possibly be the $38.20, and for me personally, that would be a very healthy market movement and as well a very healthy level to stay on top of. So that is for sure something I think is absolutely important. What else are we seeing? Well, we are not seeing any type of bearish nor bullish divergence on the 1-hourly time frame, on the daily time frame, but it does look certainly very well to me due to the fact that we could see right now a stronghold getting found on top of the $24.84, because further increase will inevitably could occur. Still, we could see a further increase, but what I'm trying to say here, guys, is that if we do see a further increase, it will be even more likely that we are going to start seeing a decline. So breaking actually out above the 50 range at $27.78 is for me actually a very unlikely thing to occur. So if we head towards a 4-hourly time frame, the EMA ribbon does look certainly different. And what I think is important is that we are clearly experiencing a bullish divergence. Therefore, I think it is absolutely high likely that we are going to create a stronghold at this $24.84 level. Why are we seeing a bullish divergence? Well, that is absolutely very easy to look at. It's because if we take a look at these lows, we have been creating slightly higher lows. Absolutely important is that we are seeing on the RSI the opposite taking place. We are, instead of seeing higher lows getting formed, we are seeing these lower lows getting formed, and this is for sure a bullish divergence. So on the 4-hourly time frame, the price action does actually look very steady to me, and the RSI is clearly supporting us right now as where we are sideways accumulating. So this could perhaps mean that if we stay in between these ranges just for a while, we could eventually see a major movement towards the upside, being able to break out above the $26.45 level, where what we discussed previously, a major level of resistance. Also, let's enable the MACD to see what we could expect. On the 4-hourly time frame, what you can see is that we haven't seen that much momentum. Well, that is for sure something that can explain itself very easily because we have been trading sideways. So we haven't seen major movement towards the upside, but we haven't seen either major momentum towards the downside. So this is clearly showing us that we are holding strong on top of the certain range at $24.84, and right now we are heading once more towards a crossover. So perhaps this is going to show us that we are going to see a further decline in the immediate short term. But as I said previously, it is of utmost importance to see a stronghold getting found on top of this level to see further continuation above the $26.45 eventually, and heads back up towards new targets. But so far, this is what we are currently seeing. Also, let's take a quick look at, lastly, the MACD, sorry for that, on the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, we are actually seeing already for quite a while a major momentum towards the upside. We did experience a crossover on the 16th of December. After that, we did see that increase in price action, and as well during the past 25 days, we have seen the 62% increase in Chainlink. Right now, we are seeing clearly a major movement towards the upside, and what I think is important is that we are not yet seeing major decline of price action. Right now it is struggling so far, so this is clearly something you would like to monitor closely, because it is highly likely that we are going to experience momentum towards the downside on the daily time frame, because if we do not do so, it will be occurring later on. And right now I think it would be very healthy to see momentum towards the upside, because we could see afterwards once more such major momentum towards the upside getting started, and Chainlink increase again 62% afterward. So that is absolutely important for Chainlink so far. And lastly, about Chainlink, I would like to just summarize what is clearly important. Well, if we are right now going to see a further increase, the levels we have to take into consideration as major levels of resistance will be the 26.45 Fibonacci and the $26.45 and the $27.78. That is for sure very important levels of resistance above us. Further, support zones that are crucial right now is holding strong on top of the $24.84, due to the fact that if we hold strong on top of this range, we could see accumulation getting created to eventually break out above this incredible ranges of resistance above us. And if we do not hold strong on top of this $24.84 level, very important is that down below at the $21.21, we have a major level of support, because we are seeing the 200-day moving average as a level of support underneath us, and as well the fixed range volume profile at the Fibonacci level. So that is absolutely nuts. And lastly, during the daily time frame, the 38.2 Fibonacci at $24.84 is as well the 200-day moving average on the daily time frame. So for sure, this will be a major stronghold, and I personally think that we will be experiencing major movement towards the upside afterwards if we do actually hold strong on top of this range within the upcoming 24 to 48 hours. Well, thank you very much for watching so far, and right away I would like to take a quick look at the live stream settings, because I'm wondering if everything's working all right. If someone is right now watching, please do not forget to give me a thumbs up, or please, even more important would be leaving a comment down below, so I will be able to see if you are right now actually able to hear me and see me on the live stream. So that is something I would really appreciate if you could just leave a comment down below to let me know if everything is working all right. That would be highly appreciated, guys. So thank you very much already. Also, before heading further, I would like to take a quick look right here. Yes, we are seeing something. I'm not completely sure why I'm having some trouble here. I do not understand it, but well, it doesn't matter. We are seeing some people here. Well, so if you're watching, the question from me to you is, could you please leave a comment down below letting me know that you are actually able to see this? So that would be highly appreciated. Well, furthermore, I would like to discuss just one very important update right here about Chainlink, what I think is absolutely nuts. Why? It's because this is crazy. So let's take a quick look at just a small part of this article. We are only going to read this little part, and if you're interested in even knowing more about this topic, do not forget to go towards Crypto Slate, where you will be able to find this article. So during the past year, the increasing adoption of Chainlink data feeds was accompanied by the network's release of new computation-based services, leading to a surge in the total number of integrations. Powering hybrid smart contracts, the blockchain agnostic protocol leverages the largest collection of decentralized services, supporting over 700 Oracle networks. So guys, this is absolutely nuts. Chainlink has so much development behind the scenes, and they are actually right now you can see the largest collection of decentralized services. So in the DeFi sector, Chainlink is absolutely killing it, and this is also one of the reasons why I think you should for sure hold this cryptocurrency on your portfolio. And if you are not yet doing so, do not forget to use the link down below in the description to be able to earn up to 4,100 USD Tether on Bybit. It is absolutely important to own this crypto, and please do your own research before purchasing this, but I truly must say that this is a crypto that you do not want to miss out on. Also, the Chainlink ecosystem entered 2022 with over 1,000 projects, and half of all integrations took place in 2021, according to the protocol's recent yearly report. During the past years, Chainlink services launched on a number of layer 1s and layer 2s, including Arbitrum, Avalanche, Binance Smart Chain, Ethereum, Phantom, Harmony, Hecko, Moonriver, Optimism, Polygon, Starkware, and XDAI. What this clearly showing us is that the majority of the biggest cryptocurrencies are actually using integrated solutions, or actually services that are being provided by Chainlink. So this is clearly showing me that Chainlink has a lot of potential, and if you do want to read even more about it, please don't forget to go to Crypto Slate, where you will be able to find this article. So that is something I wanted to discuss about Chainlink, and right now I would like to head straight back towards another cryptocurrency. If you do have right now a cryptocurrency that you would like me to look at, do not forget to place it down below in the description, and I would be very glad to look at that cryptocurrency of your own choice and discuss the market structure right there. But right now I would like to head straight back towards the topic of the day, Mana. So I'm going to discuss Decentraland right now, and let's take a quick look. Here we are, and let's zoom in a bit further. So right now we are on the daily time frame. We are heading towards the 4-hourly time frame, and let's see. Well, if we zoom in where we are currently trading at, we could clearly see we did not hold strong on top of this ascending curve trend line. We also did not see a breakout occur above this falling wedge pattern, but what I think is important is, if we head towards a 1-hourly time frame, is that we are once more seeing a very likely if you ask me, falling wedge getting created. So if you see right here the price action, you could place a descending resistance just like I did right now, and you could place as well a ascending support right here. Well, what you're seeing is that this is a falling wedge pattern, and we have already seen multiple touch points below this descending resistance, and we have as well seen, well, just 2 touch points on top of this descending support. But I would like to say that these candle wicks were as well supported, so it is somehow, well, let's say a confirmed pattern. But what I would like to see is preferably once more a touch point on top of this descending support. But of course, if this does not occur and we do see a breakout above this descending resistance, it is likely that we are going to see an increase in price action. So that is for sure something you want to take into consideration. Also guys, I'm just having so much trouble. Yes, we are actually, please guys, if you are actually able to see me or hear to me, do not forget to leave a comment down below so I will be able to see. Well, just if you are right now actually looking at this live stream and being able to listen to me, because I'm having some technical difficulties. Also, what I think is important right here on Matic is that we, on Decentraland, is that we are breaking out above the 200-day moving average on the 1 hourly time frame. But if we head towards the 4 hourly time frame, the 200-day moving average actually rejected us right away once we head towards that direction. So this is clearly important to me, because if we are not able to break out above the 200-day moving average on the 4 hourly time frame, we won't be able to see further continuation towards the upside, and we could stay inside of a downtrend. You can clearly see that priorly we were experiencing a momentum towards the upside. We were seeing these beautiful higher lows getting started, and as well these higher highs getting formed. So that is for sure something that you have to take into consideration, that right now we are actually seeing the opposite taking place. We are seeing, instead of higher highs, we're seeing a lower high getting created. We are as well seeing lower lows getting formed. But right now, this could be a shift in momentum if we do actually see a breakout occur above this falling wedge pattern. But it is important that this pattern has been drawn on the 1 hourly time frame, and therefore is not as significant as patterns that are actually drawn on the 4 hourly time frame. So take this into consideration, because if we see a pattern on the 4 hourly time frame, it is just a pattern that is much more important than the pattern that we are currently seeing on the 1 hourly time frame. Well, this being said, let's see where we are going to see support and resistance being found. Well, for sure, very important is that we are currently finding support on top of the $2.93. Why is this such an important zone? Is because previously we broke down below it for the very first time in a couple of months. The very last time that we were at this point was at the 15th of December. I'm sorry, this is the 1 hourly time frame. That is why I'm confused right here. And right now we are seeing once more a higher low getting created. So this is giving me the confidence that if we hold strong on top of this range, we could perhaps see a breakout occur above the descending resistance and continuation of momentum towards the upside. But of course, this is something you want to monitor very closely. Also on the 4 hourly time frame, I would like to place a swing high towards swing low fixed range volume profile to see where the most amount of volume was traded, and you can clearly see right away that that was at approximately 0.618 Fibonacci at $3.32, meaning that if we are right now actually going to see a potential increase, we could expect a resistance underneath this range. So therefore a possible rejection could take place once we head in that direction. So that is for sure absolutely important to monitor closely. And what else is very important to me? Well, on the 4 hourly time frame, the 200-day moving average, of course, that will be serving as well as a level of resistance at at $3.32. So right now, yeah, I must say that the majority that I do have concerns if we do see a breakout occur, due to the fact that we could get once more rejected underneath this $3.32 and see decline afterwards, due to the fact that this is a major level of resistance on top of us. Well, I will be disabling the 200-day moving average. I will be disabling as well the fixed range volume profile, and I will be placing one more trend line from right here at the beginning of this major decline in price action. And what you're seeing right now is that we already saw 2 touch points underneath this descending resistance. So therefore, if we right now see a further increase in price action, we will like to see a breakout actually occur above this range and see further continuation afterwards. Otherwise, we could right now as well expect an increase, and once we reach this zone, once more a decline taking place, due to the fact that this is already a descending resistance and that could occur once more. So enough support and resistance talk. I would like to right away head towards the EMA ribbon, but it's as well support and resistance, but I won't discuss it actively. The only thing that I would like to discuss is the 4-hourly time frame, what we are looking at right now. And what you're seeing is that at $3.15, we are seeing the EMA ribbon as a level of resistance. Therefore, if we are right now going to see an increase, it will be actually very, very difficult to break out above this multiple layers of resistance above us, due to the fact that we are already clearly experiencing resistance at $3.15 by the EMA ribbon on the 4-hourly time frame, but as well by this descending resistance. And if we do see a further increase in price action, we will be seeing major resistance at $3.32 by the fixed range volume profile, because the most amount of volume was traded at this range, but as well by the 200-day moving average on the 4-hourly time frame and the Fibonacci level. So I currently think it will be actually very unlikely for mana to see an increase occur right now, or perhaps we could see an increase but not as significant that we will be able to reach the $3.32. So let's take a quick look at the MACD. So the MACD on the 4-hourly time frame, clearly we already experienced minor momentum towards the downside. We are right now seeing a decline in this momentum, and we are heading towards a crossover. Well, I'm sorry, I'm eating orange. Yes, so well, we are seeing this increase possibly occur on the 4-hourly time frame if we head towards a crossover. And what is important to me is that we haven't seen significant momentum either towards the up or towards the downside, and therefore a major wave of momentum towards the upside is unlikely to occur right now. And I personally think that we could actually expect as well a further decline and a continuation of momentum towards the downside, perhaps towards the $2.29. So these are possible options. Also, if we head towards the 1-hourly time frame and take a look at the MACD, we are seeing actually the opposite taking place. We are clearly seeing momentum towards the upside right now declining. We are heading towards a crossover. So right now, if we do not experience actually an increase in price action and a breakout occur above this descending resistance, it is actually high likely that we are going to see a further decline, heading once more towards a touch point on top of our descending support right underneath us at approximately, let's say, $2.72. So crucial price action is occurring right now. Also, let's take a quick look at the daily time frame and what we are currently seeing right here. Well, on the daily time frame, I would like to say that we already experienced momentum towards the downside. That is for sure something I think is very important to know. Why is this so important? It's because this momentum towards the downside is showing us that we already experienced absolutely major momentum towards the downside. Afterwards, we did see a major increase in price action. Right now, we are seeing once more momentum towards the downside. And what I think is good to know about this is that we could right now see eventually a momentum towards the upside occur if we do start seeing a decline in this momentum towards the downside, and the both indicators heading towards a cross. Why is this very important to me? Because once we are actually heading towards this crossover, we will be seeing major movement towards the upside. So this is actually something you would like to monitor very very closely if you are holding this cryptocurrency. Also, if I zoom out a bit further, what you're seeing here is that actually this is a confirmed resistance line. Previously I said it wasn't, but on the daily time frame you can clearly see it is. So we have already seen multiple touch points below this descending resistance, so it's a confirmed descending resistance line. So breaking out above it is absolutely of major importance, because if we do not break out above this range, we won't be able to see further continuation towards upside. But right now, for the immediate short term, the most important level above us would be the $3.15, due to the fact that it is already a major level of resistance on top of us. Also, lastly, about mana, I would like to discuss the RSI. So the RSI on the 4-hourly time frame is actually looking well to me. It's not looking extraordinary, but it's looking fine. We are not seeing any type of bullish nor bearish divergences on the 4-hourly time frame. And what I think is important is that if we do see further decline in price action, we don't have that much space anymore before breaking down below the dotted line. So therefore, if we are going to see a decline right now, I'm confident that we are going to see a strong getting found on top of this descending support and still be able to stay inside of this falling wedge pattern on the 1-hourly time frame. So the RSI looks good, and if we do eventually see a breakout here above this descending resistance afterwards, what is absolutely good to know is that we will still have plenty of space to march to the upside to see further continuation. So that is absolutely important to me. And if we head towards the 1-hourly time frame, we are not seeing any type of bullish nor bearish divergences either. And as well, right here, actually something very similar. It's actually the exact same story. We are quite far below, so therefore if we do see further decline, we will be breaking out underneath the dotted line shortly, and therefore I am confident that we will be able to hold strong on top of this descending support and still be seeing this pattern getting itself formed. Eventually it could lead towards a breakout heading towards the $3.32, but of course if we see that increase occur, we will have to break out above major levels of support, major levels of resistance above us that are of utmost importance, such as the $3.15, the $3.32, where the 200-day moving average is aligning itself on the 4-hourly time frame, as well the descending resistance that we have to break out above, due to the fact that we have already seen multiple touch points underneath this area. So this is what I wanted to discuss about mana. If you enjoyed this so far, I really hope you place those thumbs ups down below. It will be just absolutely marvelous if you would like to do so, and you will be supporting the channel, so thank you very much already. And I would like to ask actually to everyone who is currently watching that if you are right now actually willing me to this wanting to know anything about a cryptocurrency, you are owning yourself and you want me to discuss and look at the chart for you, do not forget to place a comment down below, and I will be for sure taking a look at the cryptocurrency of your own choice. If no one is going to place a comment right now, I'm actually going to head further and discuss EGLD. And for the people who do not know this cryptocurrency, I'm going to take a quick look at it on CoinMarketCap. So EGLD sorry, this is not the right one. Elrond. So this is a rank 41 cryptocurrency. The current price is $191.40. What I think is absolutely crazy important is that the market cap right now is approximately 3 billion, and this is absolutely very important to this cryptocurrency, because if we head towards the 1-year basis, you can see that it is actually a quite a cheap price. We already experienced an all-time high at approximately $490, and actually purchasing this cryptocurrency right now at 191 US dollars, just in my personal opinion, seems to be like a very cheap opportunity to do so. It could perhaps, of course, drop even further, but I personally think, yeah, we are right now seeing clearly a new higher low getting created and a perfect buying opportunity so far on this cryptocurrency. So enough about Elrond on CoinMarketCap, and let's get started on Elrond on the regular chart. So I'm going to search for it on the way. Right here it is. And let's take a quick look at what we are seeing. So let's give me a quick second. I will be placing a few trend lines to see what we could expect. So well, let's actually get started by placing a Fibonacci retracement. How are we going to do this? By selecting its swing low towards swing high on the daily time frame. Why am I choosing the daily time frame? Well, it's actually very easy. It's due to the fact that previously we have seen this major movement towards the upside taking place. We right now have seen this further decline, and once you want to place a Fibonacci right, you have to place it from swing low towards swing high. Once we are in a downtrend, and if we are in an uptrend, you have to place your Fibonacci from swing high towards swing low. So that is absolutely an interesting fact to know. And let's zoom in a bit closer. Well, what I think is very important is that we reached the $560 level at its all-time high. Ever since that point in time, we have seen a decline taking place. What is important right here is that if we zoom in to the immediate short term, what you're seeing is that we saw a 70% decline during the past 46 days. So we have seen a 70% decline during the past 46 days. And right now we are just going to analyze the previous downfall. So if we head towards these points in time where we clearly saw an all-time high getting created, but let's get started by this first all-time high. Once we saw a run up from $17 all the way towards $200. So this forward run up, well, for sure, if I place this right, you can clearly see that right here we did see as well a 62% decrease within 15 days. Afterwards, we did not see a further decline in price action. So this is for sure very interesting to take a look at, that this was as well a 62% decline. Also, if we head towards this all-time high, after we experienced a run up as well, we saw a 79% decrease afterwards within 71 days. So what is this showing us is that if we take those two, combine them, and we see like if we take the average, well, downturn, 79 divided by, well, let's take a quick look what we saw priorly. Well, 62, so 79, 62, sum those two up, divide them by 2, and you can clearly see that you will be actually at approximately 70, 72. So that could perhaps mean that we could see a further decline right now. What is important about this is that if we are going to see actually a further decline from its all-time high, and we are already at 70%, we could actually see the 72 getting reached exactly on top of the 160 US dollars. Why is this so important? It's because it's clearly very noticeable that the 160 US dollars will be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity in 2022 to purchase Elrond right now. Why is this the case? It's because this level is, for me personally, a level that I think will be of utmost importance to see a trend reversal getting started, and once more a continuation of momentum towards the upside. Well, that is something I wanted to discuss for sure about Elrond, and I'm going to zoom in right now a bit further to see its current price action. So by selecting this high right here and placing this descending resistance, you can clearly see that this is a level we would like to see a breakout occur above. Why is this so important? It's because we have already seen 3 touch points below this descending resistance, and if we are right now going to see an increase in price action, we would like to see a breakout occur above this descending resistance and afterwards head straight back up, because this would be a clear trend reversal, and that could possibly mean that we are going to experience, well, that major movement and run up towards a perhaps new all-time high. Crazy important right here is that, as I said previously, is that the $160 might perhaps be the bottom of this downturn. I personally am quite convinced that this actually will be, and I'm waiting, and I do have already certain alarms placed on the 160 range on Elrond to purchase this cryptocurrency, because I am not willing to miss out on this opportunity. And if you are as well not willing to miss out on this opportunity and make money altogether, do not forget to use the link down below in the description, where you will be able to earn up to 4,100 USD Tether deposit bonus on Bybit by using the link in the description. And as well, even more important, you will be supporting the channel by doing so. So thank you very much, guys, already. And do not forget that the most important thing about this all is that the $160 price will be an extreme cheap purchase price for Algorand, and something you do not want to lose out on in 2022. Also, let's take a quick look at what else we're seeing. I would actually like to place a swing high towards swing low fixed range volume profile to see where we are going to expect major levels of support and resistance. So right here we are going to we are seeing that the most amount of volume was traded at approximately $246, meaning that if we are right now going to see an increase in price action, this will be a very difficult level to break out above. So this is for sure something we want to take into consideration, because if we are right now going to see actually a further increase on the 4-hourly time frame and as well a breakout occur above this descending resistance, we could perhaps get rejected once we reach the $246 due to the fact that we have already seen this. I'm sorry guys, a bit allergic right here. Major volume being traded on top of this range, and it's actually as well clearly visible on the chart due to the fact that if we zoom in towards this range, you can see that we saw multiple touch points on top of it. We did experience resistance underneath it for a while. So this is clearly a level where we saw major price action taking place, and therefore as well the most amount of volume. So this will be a very difficult range to break out above. Well, let's place the 200-day moving average, and you will immediately see that it will be even a more important level of resistance on top of us. Why? Because the 200-day moving average is right now perfectly aligning together with this area. So therefore, if we are right now going to see an increase, it will be actually quite unlikely, I think personally, to see a breakout occur above this area, due to the fact that we would like to actually see major momentum towards the upside getting started before being able to break out above this range, because we are seeing a very important level of resistance at approximately $246. Well, this being said, let's take a look lastly at the EMA ribbon. The EMA ribbon is clearly serving as well as a level of resistance. So before heading towards the $246, we would already have to see a major breakout above the EMA ribbon, above the descending resistance, and eventually above the 200-day moving average, and those all combined seem to be a little bit too much for me. So this is the reason why I personally think that it is unlikely that we are going to see that breakout occur within the upcoming hours, but of course it could be a possibility. Also, if we see the daily time frame EMA ribbon, it is perfectly aligned with this range as well. So I'm doubtful right now that we are going to see a possible breakout above this range in the immediate short term, due to the fact that it is just a major level of resistance, and it is unlikely that we are going to see that momentum to be able to break out above this area. Well, this being said, let's get started by looking into the MACD. So if we place a MACD, what you're seeing is that we experienced momentum towards the upside previously. Unfortunately, we only traded sideways for quite a long period of time, and right now we did see eventually a breakdown occur below this area, and we are seeing a crossover as well on the chart and momentum towards the downside getting started. So this is absolutely something you want to take into consideration, because this is clearly showing us that on the daily time frame we could perhaps expect more momentum towards a downside within the upcoming weeks. So right now for L-Rond, it is likely that we are going to actually experience a further decline heading towards that $160 price target. If we are actually seeing a lot of purchase orders at this certain point in time, it is likely that we are going to create a stronghold here, trade sideways, and afterwards expect movement towards the upside. But of course, this is something that takes time and we can't predict right now, but it is something you would like to monitor very closely. And as I said previously during this video, I personally think that the $160 is still a very cheap buying opportunity for this cryptocurrency. So, well, time will give us the answer, but right now I must say that financially speaking, it is a great opportunity right now to purchase this cryptocurrency at approximately $160 if we see a further decline. Well, of course, on the 4-hourly time frame we already experienced major decline in momentum. What I think is important on the 4-hourly time frame is actually that if we do right now see an increase and a crossover here, we could experience major momentum towards the upside, but I am doubtful that we are going to be able to break out above this descending resistance. So what I think is more likely to occur is that we are going to see an increase, but afterwards a rejection taking place underneath this descending resistance and head straight back down towards the $160 area. So that is for sure some of the possibilities that I think might occur during the upcoming hours. Hours and days. And let's get a quick look as well at the RSI. So the RSI certainly looking good on the 4-hourly time frame. We are clearly seeing this lower low on the chart, or well, I will be placing this trend line. Lower low on the chart, higher low on the RSI. So this is showing us this is a bullish divergence, and it's clearly showing us that we are going to hold strong at top of the range where we are currently trading at approximately $190. So this is something you would like to consider, because this is giving us a confirmation that we could expect a stronghold right here, and even more important, head once more towards a retest underneath this descending resistance. But as I said previously, the resistance is so important and so significant right now that I am doubtful that we are going to be able to see a trend reversal getting created and head straight back up afterwards. I personally think that it is more likely that we are going to retest the 160 range before being able to eventually see that major breakout occur above the descending resistance and as well the $246 range, a major level of resistance on top of us that I discussed priorly. Also, let's discuss the RSI on the daily time frame. Well, on the daily time frame, we are as well breaking down below the dotted line on the lower part. Clearly, this is very significant, because once we have done this before in the past, you can clearly always see that we see an increase afterwards. So right now, only looking at the RSI, if we only base our data on the RSI is actually showing you that these are great buying opportunities. The last time that we broke down below the dotted line, it was at this point in time. Certainly a great buying opportunity then as well. And once we broke down below it once more, we were actually trading at 160. At $52. I'm very sorry for that. And we saw that exponential growth towards this $560. So just saying that the RSI is certainly showing us that buying this cryptocurrency right now is certainly not a bad thing at all. So for sure, that is something you would like to take into consideration. So thank you very much for watching this far. If you did enjoy my Algorand opinion, and if you do actually agree with me, do not forget to leave me those thumbs ups down below. It will be highly appreciated, and you will be supporting the channel by doing so. Also, if you are right now watching, do not forget to leave a comment down below in the comment section, so I will be able to see if you are clearly hearing me right now. So, well, yeah, let's take a quick look as well at during this video at Bitcoin. We reached Bitcoin. It's time to discuss Bitcoin, but right now I'm actually going to start by looking at a few other things that are very important for Bitcoin's price action. But before doing so, I'm going to eat a small part of my orange. Well, what are we seeing right now? For sure, absolute crucial price action. And why is this such crucial price action? Well, let's get started by looking into the SOPR, and afterwards we are going to see a quick look at the new addresses. Why are we going to take a look at these metrics? It's because I think they are absolutely important to see if a possible downturn of our possible bear market would get started right now. Also, we are going to discuss this metric right here. This is the Bitcoin heat map to see where the most amount of people are right now actually placing their buy and sell orders, so we can make, discuss where we could perhaps see major support just based on the amount of buy orders that are being placed at that point in time. So let's get started by looking at the SOPR. So the SOPR, spent output profit ratio, sorry for that, is actually showing us for each dollar that you invested in cryptocurrencies, or actually right now we are looking at the SOPR of Bitcoin. So for each dollar you invested in Bitcoin, how much dollars are you getting back for it? So if, for example, you invested $1 at this point in time, and you sold it here, you were getting actually $1.04 instead of $1. So that is for sure something that you would like to take into consideration, because once the majority of the market is actually in profit, it is likely that they are going to, decide to sell off their profits, and that we could start seeing a decline taking place or something similar to that. Well, the gray line is actually showing us the price action of Bitcoin. So you can clearly see this was the price action during the past couple of months. Right here, we did see on June and July the drop all the way towards 29,000 US dollars. And clearly at that point in time, it was as well a great buying opportunity. Why was this the case? It's because if we look at the SOPR just by itself, you can see that right here we were actually seeing the SOPR heading below the 1 range, below the 1 area, that is this horizontal line right here. And once we see the SOPR actually stretch below the 1 area, it's clearly showing us that it's a great buying opportunity. Also right here, once we broke down below the dotted line, or once we broke down below the 1 range, it's a great buying opportunity. So each time once we see a breakdown below the dotted line, it's most of the times a great buying opportunity. Well, right here it wasn't, but still, if you take a look in comparison to our previous high, I personally think that it was still a great buying opportunity at 50,000 US dollars. So right now we are trading at 42,000 US dollars, and we are below the SOPR, or we were below the SOPR on the 1 ratio. What is this clearly telling us? This is telling us that right now is a time to accumulate. The market is in fear. The majority of the people are not holding Bitcoins in profit. So right now it is a time to accumulate Bitcoins, and this is also clearly showing us that that is exactly the case. We are right now in a period where we want to accumulate Bitcoin. You can clearly see that we are below the one line and it's time to accumulate. So guys, if you are not yet invested in crypto, you are doubtful about it, and you want to purchase Bitcoin, please do your own due diligence. But most importantly, do not forget that right now is the time to purchase. And for sure, it could be the case that within the upcoming weeks, we will be seeing an increase in Bitcoin's price action, and you won't be able to purchase Bitcoin at these cheap prices, and you will be regretting that later on. So if you are not yet invested, do not forget to use the link down below in the description, where you will be able to earn up to 4,100 USD Tether deposit bonus by using the link towards Bybit. So that is of course as well very important. And let's discuss as well the active addresses. Where are the active addresses? Well, right here. Well, new addresses is for me something very important, and I think it should be for all of us. And the reason why is because you could clearly see during the past increase in price action during the past top, or we did actually see a lot of new addresses. We saw a major increase in new addresses once we reached all-time high in May 2021. We saw a very exponential increase in new addresses. Right after that, once we started to see the decline all the way towards June and July, we did see a further decline of new addresses. But we went all the way towards a new all-time high once more. And what I think is absolutely great to know is that we did not see that major spike in new active addresses. What is this showing us? Well, this is showing us that we are not seeing any type of FOMO yet. We are not seeing any type of persons wanting to invest in cryptocurrencies that do not have purchased any crypto before. So we are not seeing any spike in newcomers. And those newcomers are actually most of the time showing us that we could expect a decline. Well, this is, for example, the current market price action, but I will go all the way towards 2018. Well, you could clearly see right here that a spike in new addresses is clearly showing us that FOMO, or fear of missing out, is taking place. A lot of new investors, they are buying Bitcoin at very high prices, and afterwards we see a very steep decline in those active addresses. Right now, we are not seeing once more a spike in new active addresses. Therefore, I'm actually very confident that we are not yet seeing the end of this bull market, and I personally think that this is clearly showing us that we are going to expect major legs towards the upside. Lastly, I'm going to discuss the Bitcoin heat map. So on the Bitcoin heat map, what you are seeing actually is where the most amount of buy and sell orders are being placed. Well, right now you can clearly see that these two yellow lines are underneath us. What is this actually showing us? Well, people are right now actually placing their buy orders or perhaps sell orders at this point in time. So this means that if Bitcoin right now declines in price action, we will be seeing a major support underneath us at approximately $40,557 due to the fact that the majority of the people are right now placing here their buy orders and are willing to purchase Bitcoin at this cheap price. So for sure, this is very important. What I am going to say right away is that if we reach, for example, that second layer down below at $40,000, I would be a little bit more doubtful. I actually would like to see Bitcoin head towards the $40,500. That is not a problem right now, but I would like to actually see a stronghold getting forward where we previously got supported. The reason why is because if we break below this support, it could mean that we are going to see further decrease. Otherwise, we are going to experience once more a increase in price action. So that's absolutely very important to me. So this being said, heads up and let's get started on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin on the chart. But before doing so, I would actually like to take a quick look at my live stream settings to see if everything's working all right, because I'm a bit doubtful that the settings are actually great today. So yeah, perfect. We have seen it's still working. Everyone is able to see me. And also, guys, if you are not yet following me on Twitter, it actually will be highly appreciated if you could do so, due to the fact that yeah, well, I would just really appreciate that. And if you want me, and if you want to, or if you are interested in following me on Twitter, down below in the description, below social and info, you will be able to, well, go towards my Twitter page by using the link down below. Well, that was the last thing I wanted to say before discussing this very important falling wedge pattern on Bitcoin. So yeah, I've discussed this during my previous live streams as well, and why I think is very important is that we are seeing, well, clearly supports both underneath this descending resistance, but as well we are seeing touch points on top of this descending support. So this is a pattern on the daily time frame, and you must not forget that, because this is clearly a very significant and important pattern for Bitcoin right now. Meaning that if we are going to see a breakout occur above this descending resistance, we could see an exponential growth heading once more towards the 67,000 US dollar, the previous all-time high, where we clearly started this descending or falling wedge pattern. So also, let's take a quick look at these two yellow boxes down below. Well, I place these two yellow boxes down below, especially because these are very crucial and important levels of support and resistance. Getting started with the fixed range volume profile that I would like to place by selecting swing low all the way towards swing high. So at approximately, let's take a quick look. I can see that the horizontal line is not completely perfect, but you can see that at 46,685 US dollars, we will be seeing the most amount of volume being traded, meaning that at this point in time, we will be expecting a major resistance above us. So that is for sure something that is not concerning me right now. But if we do see an increase and a breakout occur above this descending resistance, it is absolutely crucial to break out above this range, find support on top of it, and head straight back up afterwards. Because if we do not see a breakout occur above this range, we could get rejected and head straight back down towards the $40,000 level, where we are right now currently trading above. So $40,790, the support zone right here on top of the yellow box. So the yellow box, clearly, what is this showing us? Well, why is this even such an important level? If we take a look here at the weekly time frame, or yeah, weekly time frame, or is it the monthly time frame? Yeah, well, on the monthly time frame as well. But you can see here on the monthly time frame, but at approximately 2,950 501 US dollars, we got supported by these candles. So that is for sure a very important, and I personally think that this will be the lowest point where Bitcoin could possibly be heading towards right now. And I don't even think that we are going to reach this range, but lots of people are right now very doubtful and fearful about the overall market structure, and they personally say that there is a bear market incoming, etc. But if we take a look, once you're in doubt, zoom out, a great phrase lots of people use within the cryptocurrency. And why I'm saying this is because if we look at the past couple of months, you can clearly see that we are still seeing this run up. We are still inside of this, well, higher low structure if we do hold strong on top of the range where we are currently trading at. And I'm actually not concerned at all, because we also created a higher high. So far this looks very good to me. Also on the weekly time frame, we are clearly seeing that these ranges were actually quite significant. You could clearly see that the $40,790 level, where we are currently finding support on top, was a clear level of resistance underneath us, and as well it became support afterwards. So right now it is once more serving as a level of support, and I do totally expect that we are going to hold strong on top of this range, and perhaps we could see a further decline heading towards the $37,000, but for sure that is not something I think will occur within the upcoming, well, days. Why? The reason why is something I would like to show you, of course, but also let's take a quick look at a few other indicators. If we take a look at the daily time frame once again, and we zoom in a bit further. So this is the falling wedge pattern, but before doing so, I'm seeing a few comments joining us right now. I'm seeing Erkan. Whoa, well, thank you very much firstly for joining this live stream. I really appreciate you being here, and if you do have any questions, do not hesitate to ask those down below. And also I'm seeing Ilya Epping. Good morning. Well, good morning for you as well. I really hope we all have a good morning today, and especially because we are preparing ourselves, of course, for tomorrow morning, where we'll be actually experiencing a major movement towards the upside. If you ask me personally, I'm actually still very bullish on this trend. And let's take a quick look at the price action right now. So by enabling the EMA ribbon, you can clearly see that the EMA ribbon is actually on the daily time frame perfectly aligned with this descending resistance and serving as a level of resistance. So if we are going to see a breakout occur above this descending resistance, it is of utmost importance to take into consideration that the most amount of volume was traded at $46,685, the horizontal red line of resistance above us, but as well we are seeing the daily EMA ribbon at that point in time aligning together with the descending resistance, and therefore it will be a very difficult level to break out above. But once we do so, we would like to find support on top of it and head straight back up towards our price target outside of this falling wedge pattern, the $67,792. Also, on the 4-hourly time frame, the EMA ribbon is already serving as a level of resistance, where we are right now currently trading at. And what you're seeing on the daily time frame, on the 4-hourly time frame, is that we are holding strong on top of this range. And what I would personally like to see is actually a stronghold still getting found right here, and eventually a movement towards the upside on Monday taking place, heading towards that breakout I discussed priorly. Well, right now, I'm going to enable the MACD and as well the RSI on both the 1-hourly, 4-hourly, and daily time frame. Starting with the 4-hourly MACD. Well, on the MACD, what you're seeing right here is actually a very healthy market movement. We are already experiencing momentum towards the upside, what I think is actually a bit unfortunate, but as well very good, due to the fact that we are holding strong on top of this 40,719 yellow box of support. So that is something that I do actually appreciate, but what is concerning me is that we could perhaps see a decline taking place, and as well a decline in momentum towards the upside, and therefore eventually see once more a crossover of momentum towards the downside, retesting this descending support again. So that is for sure something that could occur, but right now holding strong on top of this area is of utmost importance. Perhaps seeing a further increase on Monday, but breaking out above this descending resistance and as well this horizontal level of resistance won't be possible if we are right now seeing already this minor movement towards the upside taking place and not a very significant increase in price action. So that is something that does concern me, and perhaps we are going to stay inside of this pattern a little bit longer. But as I said as well priorly, the Bitcoin heat map is showing us that at approximately $40,537 there will be a lot of people wanting to purchase Bitcoin. So yeah, perhaps that's showing us that we are going to create a stronghold where we are currently trading at. Also, if we look at the, oh, sorry, that wasn't that bright. The 1 hourly time frame, we are already experiencing that crossover almost of momentum towards the downside. I personally think that this does not concern me at all. I really prefer to see this right now due to the fact that I would like to see as many touch points on top of this range before seeing a major continuation of movement towards the upside, because if we do see a major consolidation on top of this area, how more significant the possible breakout or breakdown will be, and that is exactly what I'm waiting for on Bitcoin. So right now I personally think that it is very healthy if we would stay on top of this $40,719 range. And lastly, let's take a quick look at the daily time frame, where we are seeing something significant to me and as well important. Why? We did already experience momentum towards the downside. That is for sure the case. But what is important to me right now is that we are as well seeing a minor bullish divergence. Why? It's because we are clearly spotting a lower low on the chart and a higher low on the momentum indicator. So these two are actually perfectly seeing a bullish divergence, and that is convincing me that we could perhaps see a stronghold getting created where we are currently trading at, and eventually head towards a crossover on the daily time frame. And once we see a crossover on the daily time frame occur, I'm confident that we will be seeing that major spike in momentum strong enough to eventually break out above this ranges of resistance on top of us and head straight back up towards our price target at 67,000 US dollars. Also, let's take a quick look at the RSI on all three time frames. So the RSI on the daily time frame is actually looking absolutely marvelous. We are breaking out below the dotted line. Why is this such a good indication? It's because if we are right now going to see an increase and a stronghold being found, it is actually high likely that we are going to see major movement towards the upside, because we have plenty of space on the RSI to do so. So that is absolutely important. But what you have to take into consideration on the RSI is that we want to see a clear breakout occur above this descending resistance. Otherwise, we could still get rejected once more and break down below the dotted line. But still, because we are this far below on the RSI on the daily time frame, I'm convinced that holding strong on top or above the yellow box will be something very likely within the upcoming hours. And also a further increase tomorrow on Monday is inevitable, if you ask me. Personally, I think that is exactly what we are going to see. Also, let's take a look at the 4-hourly time frame. Well, on the 4-hourly time frame, we are even seeing something more significant. Why? It's because we are clearly seeing a bullish divergence in the immediate short term. The reason why is because if we zoom in a bit closer, what you can clearly see is that we were creating these higher lows on the chart, on the RSI, my bad guys, and we are seeing this, well, actually lower lows on the chart. Lower lows on the chart, higher lows on the RSI, meaning bullish divergence. Therefore, I'm convinced that we are going to see that stronghold where we are currently trading at. And as I've said previously, this stronghold is of utmost importance due to the fact that if we do hold strong on top of this area long enough, we will consolidate here and see eventually a major move either towards up or towards the downside taking place. And that is exactly what we are waiting for. Also, if we do actually see the exponential growth occur on Monday and a breakout above this descending resistance as well on the 4-hourly time frame, we have plenty of space to do so before seeing a breakout occur above the dotted line and a possible decline starting once more on the price action. Lastly, the 1-hourly time frame. Other than the 1-hourly time frame, we are not spotting anything out of the ordinary. I would like to say we are seeing actually a bearish divergence right here on the 1-hourly time frame. but as well, you could say we are seeing a bullish divergence on the 1 hourly time frame. Why? Well, I'm going to explain to you right away. It's because we have seen these lower highs on the chart, but we have seen at the same point in time these higher highs on the RSI. So this is a bearish indicator. But if we turn this around, you can also see that we are experiencing a bullish divergence. Why? It's because we have seen these lower lows on the chart, but we have seen these beautiful higher lows on the RSI. So this is clearly showing us a bullish divergence on the 1 hourly time frame. So I would like to say that the bullish divergence would count for me right now as the more important one, due to the fact that we are as well seeing a bullish divergence on the 4 hourly, and on the daily we already broke down below the dotted line. Therefore, we could see a stronghold getting found where we are currently trading at, and I personally think that is actually quite likely to occur as well. And on the 1 hourly time frame, what you're seeing is that the RSI does look good. We are already heading towards the upside. That is something that I do not appreciate, but if we do see that crossover here on the MACD, we are going to see a decline once again, and that is something I think would be quite good right now, because we would like to start Monday off by actually seeing the MACD below the 1 area and having enough space to see further continuation and increase in price action occur. Well, this is, of course, these were the things I wanted to discuss. Also, let's take a quick look at something else, and that is the Bitcoin Cme Features. So the Cme, let's head towards the daily time frame and take a quick look at what we are seeing. So absolutely important, at $41,870, we did see the Cme close on Friday. If we head towards the current price action on Bitcoin, we can clearly see that we are right now trading at $41,536 meaning we do have a bit of a change. We are going to have a minor CME gap, but unfortunately it won't be a major one if we do hold strong where we are currently trading at. So we are not going to expect any gaps getting filled, and if we are going to fill a gap on the CME features, it will be just a minor gap that we will have to fill, because it will be only a difference of about $200, and that is not a major difference such as we saw, for example, right here during this gap. At this point in time, we did actually saw a gap of approximately, well, that was 53,000, and right here it was 49, so $3.3 thousand, so $3,500 gap. That is not something that we are experiencing right now. So the price action is actually looking steady so far. Also, as I showed you previously, the SOPR and the heat map are showing us that this is a great opportunity to purchase Bitcoin, and I'm actually sticking with this so far, because as I said during this live stream, once we actually break down below the yellow line, or below the yellow box, upper yellow box, I will be actually getting a little bit more concerned about the market structure, and I will be once more looking into it and see it from a different perspective, try to look at it in a different way. But right now, I don't think looking at the market in a different perspective is actually needed, because I must say that the market structure for me personally, it looks absolutely bullish. I do not think that we are going to see that major decline towards the $29,000 once more. I think that is absolutely absurd if that would occur, and if that happens, I will be once again trying to look into the chart and see what possible scenarios are taking place. So if you enjoyed this part of the live stream about Bitcoin, do not forget to give me those thumbs ups down below. It will be actually highly appreciated, and you will be supporting the channel by doing so. So please guys, do not forget to do this thumbs ups down below. It will be highly appreciated. So there are only 2 coins left that I would like to discuss by myself, and those are coins that I chose to discuss during this live stream. But of course, it's also a possibility that you personally, if you have for example, a cryptocurrency you are owning right now and you want me to take a look at that certain chart, well, of course, I will be more than happy to help by looking at the chart right now. So place it in the comment section down below, and I will be looking at the cryptocurrency of your own choice. Also, before heading towards the price action of Cardano, I'm going to take a quick look at the comment section, and I'm seeing that Ilya Epping said thumbs up. So thank you very much, Ilya. I really appreciate your support, and I really hope you are enjoying the content so far. So if you do, guys, Ilya is the perfect example. Hit that sub, hit those thumbs. It is highly appreciated. Let's get started on Cardano. Well, Cardano, previously we did see actually this descending triangle. It was not a confirmed triangle yet because we had only seen 2 touch points below this descending resistance on the 4-hourly time frame. Unfortunately, we have right now seen a breakdown occur below this horizontal level of support, meaning we are not seeing a clear breakdown underneath this pattern. So heading towards the, let's say, $73 seems to me a bit off. I don't think we will be heading towards the $73, but for sure we have to monitor right now what the price action could possibly do. Well, let's get started by heading once more towards the daily time frame on Cardano, and actually I'm going to see right here what we could expect. So I'll be placing a fixed range volume profile from swing low towards swing high, towards swing low. Well, right here we can see that the most amount of the volume was traded over here, so that is not helping us at all. So also, let's take a quick look just down below us to see where we did find support priorly. I will be placing a horizontal line to see where we can find the most amount of touch points. Well, right here, if I place it here, you can clearly see that we did actually see resistance underneath, resistance underneath, resistance underneath, but we as well saw support on top, and as well support on top. So I would say this is a very, very good level of support where we are right now currently trading at. So that is for sure important. We are trading at a very significant level of support. So if we head even further down, we could see, for example, right here, or a little bit further, yeah, well, let's say here, we did find support on top of this area, support on top. Even the wicks of these candles went all the way towards this range and got supported right here as well. Here we did see a clear support, and once more clear support being found on top of this area. So the $1.06 range will for sure be a stronghold underneath us, and is something you want to monitor closely right now on Cardano. Heading towards the comment section, I'm seeing Saul Isai, crypto crash not gonna happen. Then right. So if I understand your question, or perhaps it's more a statement, but yeah, I'm agreeing with you that if we hold strong on top of the yellow box on Bitcoin, we are actually still in a very bullish scenario, and I'm not doubtful that we are going to experience more momentum towards the upside within the upcoming months. Heading back towards Cardano, clearly breaking down below this line. I'm not saying that we are seeing a breakdown underneath this pattern, because I want to see one more touch point below this descending resistance. So for the people that do not understand me, I would have liked to see one more touch point underneath and afterwards a decline. If that would occur, we could have been heading towards the 19 cents on Cardano, but right now seeing Cardano holding strong at $1.16 seems to be good to me in the immediate short term, and therefore I would like to enable as well the EMA ribbon. So the EMA ribbon on the daily time frame is perfectly aligned together with the $1.37, the $1.37 at 0.786 Fibonacci will therefore be a major level of resistance. So if we are going to see an increase in momentum, once we head towards the $1.37, we could expect a decline taking place due to the fact that we will be rejected by the EMA ribbon, or we will be actually seeing the EMA ribbon on the daily time frame as a level of resistance. On the 4-hourly time frame, the EMA ribbon is further nearby the price action what we are currently seeing, and I think it is important to know that the EMA ribbon is actually perfectly aligned with the descending resistance. So right now I'm going to draw a other type of trend line. So by selecting the highest point, heading straight back down just like this, you can clearly see that we are seeing a descending resistance. So this is on the 4-hourly time frame, and if I select this point of time here and place a line just like that, you can see that we are clearly as well experiencing a descending support. I will be extending both these lines a bit further, and what you are seeing is a perfect falling wedge pattern. So this falling wedge pattern is absolutely important, because if we do see a breakout occur above this falling wedge pattern, we could see a breakout above this descending resistance, head straight back up all the way towards the beginning of this pattern, and that would be at this point in time at approximately $1.55. So once more seeing a potential increase towards the $1.55. But if we are going to do this successfully, we would have to break out above this descending resistance, find support on top of it, but more importantly, break out above the 0.786, find support on top of it, and head straight back up afterwards. Otherwise, we could as well see an increase, but once we reach the $1.37, a decrease getting started once more, due to the fact that we are experiencing major resistance at that point in time by the EMA ribbon on the daily time frame. Well, what is actually important about this pattern is that it's a confirmed pattern. I would like to say that right away. I would like to say that this is a confirmed pattern. Why I'm saying this is because if I zoom in a bit close, if I take a look at this just like that, we are already seeing multiple touch points on top of this descending support, but we have as well seen multiple touch points on top of underneath this descending resistance. So this falling wedge pattern on Cardano is for sure a fact, and we could perhaps see a breakout heading towards the $1.55 range. This being said, let's discuss the MACD. So the MACD looks actually very bright to me to see further increase of continuation of momentum towards the upside on Monday or perhaps during next week. Why is this the case? It's because if we zoom in a bit closer, you can clearly see that we already experienced momentum towards the downside. Therefore, if we right now see a further decline, it's fine, but we will have to stay on top of this descending support. Otherwise, we could perhaps see XRP heading towards the $1.06 range, where we might get support, Cardano, where we might get supported. And if we do not hold strong on top of that area and see a further decrease, of course, the 90 cents dollar range below us will still be there, but that's a level that I prefer not to see getting reached within the upcoming week. I personally hope to see a stronghold getting formed on top of this descending support, and eventually that major move towards the upside getting started. So that is absolutely something you do not want to miss out on. And as well, what is important is that we already experienced momentum towards the downside. So if we are going to see a crossover occur on the 4-hourly time frame, it is highly likely that we are going to experience major momentum towards the upside and be able to see that breakout occur heading towards the $1.37 area. That will be very difficult to break out above, but if we have enough strength, we could see that occur. Also, let's discuss it on the daily time frame, where we are seeing actually something quite similar. We did experience momentum towards the upside priorly. Right now, we are experiencing momentum towards the downside, and I think this is good to see due to the fact that if we are going to see afterwards a decline in strength, so as well a decline in momentum towards the downside, it is highly likely that we are going to head towards a crossover and therefore see major momentum getting started. So right now for Cardano, the daily time frame does look fine. It doesn't look marvelous because I would have liked to see already a decline taking place, but of course I prefer to see right now a crossover already occurred towards the downside instead of that we were seeing, for example, major upward momentum, because we are clearly going to need that major upward momentum to break out above that $1.37 range. Otherwise, it is likely that we are going to just get rejected by it and head straight back down to find support on top of the $1.15 area where we are currently trading at. This being said, let's head towards the RSI. So on the daily time frame, what does concern me is that we are not yet broken down below the dotted line. But what is absolutely looking very well is that we are seeing a bullish divergence. The reason why is because we are seeing this lower low on the chart and we are seeing a clear higher low on the RSI. So on the daily time frame, we are seeing a bullish divergence, and this is giving me the confidence that if we are not going to hold strong on top of the $1.50 area, we are going for sure going to hold strong on top of the $1.06 range. And we are not going to see the $0.90 area actually getting reached. So this is giving me the confidence that we are going to see a struggle or find a struggle where we are currently at. What else is important to me is that if we eventually see that breakout occur above the dotted, the descending resistance and head straight back up towards the $1.37, eventually towards our breakout target at $1.55, we still have plenty of space to do so on the daily RSI, so therefore I'm not concerned about this at all. If we head towards the 4-hourly time frame, and we zoom in a bit closer, you are seeing as well a bullish divergence right here in the immediate short term. Why is this the case? Is because we are seeing a lower low on the chart, but we are as well seeing a higher low on the RSI, meaning that we are experiencing right now a bullish divergence, and therefore I'm actually expecting to find a stronghold where we are currently trading at. And this is also very good to notice due to the fact that if we are going to see a further increase on Monday or perhaps during next week, we still have plenty of space on the RSI to do so. And if we are going to see actually a further decline, we don't have that much space left. So therefore, I'm convinced that a stronghold where we are trading at right now is absolutely likely to occur. Lastly, on the 1-hourly time frame, what you're seeing is as well, a decline. We are actually quite nearby the dotted line on the lower part. So that is for sure something I think looks very good, for the same reason as I said priorly, that we could expect major movement towards the upside, and we do have plenty of space to do so. So that is for sure something I think is important to know. And we are right now, well, not seeing any type of bullish nor bearish divergences, but I must say that the RSI does look healthy. So if we are right now going to see a further decline, well, holding strong on top of this descending support is very important. And just to summarize what I've said about Cardano is that we are seeing this fantastic falling wedge pattern on the 4-hourly time frame. It is of utmost importance for Cardano to hold strong on top of this descending support. Otherwise, we could see a further decline heading towards the $1.06, where we will be able to find support on top of, due to the fact that if we zoom out a bit further, in the past, we have been seeing support on top of these ranges for sure. And I'm convinced that it will be holding strong once more due to the fact that we have seen multiple touch points on top of these areas. And if we do actually see a breakout occur above this descending resistance during next week's price action, it is highly likely that we are going to see a further increase. But we have to take into consideration that the $1.37 area is going to be a major stronghold of resistance. So therefore, we have to monitor very closely what the price action is going to do once we reach this area. But if we are able to break out above it, find support on top of it, it is of utmost importance that we head straight back into the white area and find support on top of it before seeing a further increase in price action, and as well a major trend reversal getting started. So I really hope you enjoyed Cardano and that you liked what I personally had to say about this cryptocurrency and what I think are the most possible expectations for next week and what could occur. I'm seeing on my cell phone right now and as well on my second screen right here at home that we are having some difficulties. I personally think that you are not able to hear me well, but perhaps I'm wrong. So please let me know in the description if you're able to hear me, and that would be absolutely highly appreciated. So thank you very much, guys. And even more important, if you are right now actually not yet subscribed, but you have seen my videos, please guys, do not forget to smash up that subscribe button underneath. It will be just absolutely important. And I would like to reach that 1,500 followers by the end of January for sure. So that is something I think very realistic target. So please guys, do not forget to smash up that subscribe. Also, let's take a quick look at what we're seeing on Twitter. Are we seeing any type of trending tweets? And that's I'm seeing here the contrabearer is tweeting Fed will hit $1 this year. Well, do you think Fed will be able to hit that $1 target while we are right now trading at $8 Or is this absolutely an insane prediction that you do not agree with? I personally think $1 is a bit too much, but heading towards $50 or perhaps even 20.90 is of course possible, but $1 could be reached, and therefore we are going to comment that won't stop pumping until it reaches $2. So this is for me what I personally think unrealistic target, but of course if we do already see an increase towards the $1, it is likely that Fed won't be able to stop and see even more increase in price action. Also very fun tweets right here, and what I wanted to actually let you know by looking at Twitter is not just that I'm actively on Twitter, but as well that if you are not yet following, do not forget to subscribe, and as well follow me on Twitter. You will be able to find the link down below in the description. So this being said, lastly on my list to do during this live stream is actually Matic. But if anyone in the comments or who is right now watching would like me to discuss a different type of cryptocurrency, perhaps you're holding Dogecoin or perhaps you are holding the Sandbox, do not forget to place your comment down below and I will be looking at that cryptocurrency for you. So that is for sure something you do not want to miss out on, and I would actually highly appreciate to look at that for you. So yeah, this being said, let's take a quick look at what we are seeing here and the price action of Matic or Polygon. You might know it as Polygon. Well, I think it is very unfortunate, but that is of course my personal opinion, but we did break down below this ascending support. Why I think this is so unfortunate is because if we did actually hold strong on top of this range, it would have been absolutely interesting to see that increase once more, but unfortunately we did not see that stronghold getting found, on top of this ascending support. So I will be actually removing this ascending support once again. It is right now a level of resistance, yes, but I will not be counting this right now. So let's take a quick look at the exact price action we are currently seeing. So we are currently trading at $1.99 underneath the 50 range of Fibonacci at $2.05. Clearly a major level of support due to the fact that we have seen support being found on top of it, support being found on top of it, and as well resistance underneath, and if we head straight back down, resistance underneath. So therefore this is an important level. Also, what I think is very good to know on the daily time frame as well, very visible right now, is that we are still creating these higher lows on the chart, and if we hold strong where we are currently trading at, we will still be seeing that higher low right there. So that is actually very good for the trend, and it's an incredible market structure to see if you would like to see a further increase within the upcoming months and as well weeks. Also, let's discuss right away the EMA ribbon and levels of support and resistance. So unfortunate right now is that after a very long period of time, we are seeing quite a significant breakdown below the EMA ribbon. And well, if I must be right now completely true to myself, well, I personally think that this is actually concerning. The reason why is because if we do not see that increase occur and a stronghold getting found where we are currently trading at and a major move on Monday, so tomorrow, it is high likely that we are going to perhaps see a further decline heading towards the $1.71. But if this does occur, I will be concerned due to the fact that the EMA ribbon will become a level of resistance on top of us, and therefore we could be heading once more towards a possible decline in price action for a couple of weeks or perhaps even months. And that is exactly what we do not want to see right now, especially after already experiencing this major run up during the past couple of months already. So that is for sure a thing that I do not want to see, especially because since the 19th of July, Matic has been going crazy towards the upside. We have seen these major moves towards the upside, but will this actually be the very end? Is this actually going to be the next new all-time high, and are we going to enter right now a cooling down period? Are we going to see such a major decline as we saw priorly? These are the questions that you should be asking yourself right now if you are holding Matic. So are we going to see once more the 78% decrease within 62 days? What will be our price target if we are actually going to see that 62% decrease? So by selecting its all-time high, heading 62% down, or well, let's say just 55, or well, I'm going to say 62. So if we are going to see the 62 range getting reached, and I'm going to place this actually a bit better by saying 62 within 60 days. So that will mean that we could be heading towards the 23.6 Fibonacci at $1.29. For sure, I think this is a possible scenario. I'm not being bearish at all on this cryptocurrency, but what I'm saying is that Matic already had a major increase in price action and did already see that run up towards its new all-time high. And what we have seen during the past couple of months is that most of the coins that reached their all-time high, well, decided to cool down for a while. Matic instead saw this increase in price action, but perhaps it's right now the time for Matic to see that further cooling down period before heading straight back up once more. So this is an option that you have to take into consideration. Also, let's discuss the 200-day moving average. The 200-day moving average is down below at approximately $1.54. So in the immediate short term, if we are going to see further decline, the $1.54 will be a major stronghold of support underneath us. And I think it is actually quite likely that we are going to head towards a perhaps retest or get nearby the 200-day moving average, because we have seen that before. Every time we create a high and we are overextended compared to the 200-day moving average, we see once more a touch point on top of it, find support on top of it, head straight back towards a new high, head back down, get near to the 200-day moving average, and see an increase once more. And right now I think we are not yet near enough to the 200-day moving average. So actually heading towards the $1.71 is perhaps a possibility, and it would be quite great for the trend if we could hold strong there and see that exponential growth afterwards, as we have seen prior once we retested or got near to the 200-day moving average. Otherwise, if we do not hold strong on top of this area and see a further decline, the 200-day moving average will still be there as a level of support. So that is something you do not want to forget if we do see further declines occur on Matic. Also, what we have already experienced is major momentum towards the downside on the daily time frame. Therefore, I'm personally quite convinced that we are going to create a stronghold where we are currently trading at, or perhaps we are just going to trade sideways underneath this area and see a decline of this momentum towards the downside taking place. And I think that would be actually quite great, due to the fact that if we do eventually see actually an increase in price action taking place, we could perhaps expect a crossover once more on the daily time frame. And I'm just saying that that would be an incredible move towards the upside. So right now on Matic, what I'm trying to discuss is, or what I'm trying to make clear to all of you watching, is that we are in a crucial breaking point, or I would like to say this is just a crucial moment for Matic. The reason why is because if we are right now actually going to see a further breakdown, we could, and that could lead into a long period of downward price action. But if we do actually hold strong and see an increase, that could become a new all-time high. So there are two possibilities right now: or a new all-time high getting created, or a further decline in price action. Well, you can clearly see right here we are placing this ascending support. Why is this so important? Is because we have already seen multiple touch points on top of this area, and we are retesting it once more. So what I'm actually saying here, and what I think is important, is that if we do actually hold strong on top of this range, we could expect a new all-time high getting reached. But if we do break down below this area and head straight back down, heading towards the $1.29 is absolutely a possibility, and something you could perhaps take advantage of, because if Matic reaches the $1.29, I know I am going to be ready to purchase and start my engines to just, in a snap of a finger, purchase this cryptocurrency. And if you are as well not yet invested in crypto, or not yet invested in Matic, I must admit that the $1.29 will be absolutely a crucial level to accumulate even more Matic in the immediate short term, and as well for 2022 for sure. But right now we are still holding strong on top of this ascending support, so it is possible that we are going to see that new ultimate getting reached, surpassing the $2.87 and perhaps heading towards that $3 target. Well, this being said, let's discuss the RSI. So the RSI on the daily time frame is actually looking well to me. What I think is important is that we are almost heading towards a bullish divergence. Why is this the case? Well, clearly, priorly, once we started seeing this decline, we were seeing a bearish divergence. We were seeing this higher high on the chart, and we were seeing this lower high on the RSI. Clear bearish divergence. We experienced this momentum towards the downside, so we did see this decline, and we did see a decline as well on the RSI. Well, right now we are seeing the opposite occur. We are seeing a higher low on the chart, so higher low, and we are seeing a equal low on the RSI. So it's not yet a bullish divergence, but if we do see a further decline on the RSI, it will become a a bullish divergence, and therefore it's actually showing me that we are going to be able to hold strong on top of this area. What else is important? is that either if we do not hold strong on top of this area, we still have plenty of space on the RSI to see a further decline heading towards the $1.71. So if we are going to break down below this ascending support, heading towards the $1.71 is of course a possibility, especially because we are seeing that we still have plenty of space on the RSI to do so on the daily time frame, and more importantly, once we are reaching the $1.71, we will be seeing a clear bullish divergence, and therefore I think we will be holding strong on top of this area for sure in the immediate short term. But I would like to prefer a stronghold where we are currently right now, and that is of course as well a possibility. And if we do expect on Monday momentum towards the upside taking place, it is important to notice that we still have plenty of space on the RSI to do so. So I think personally that a new all-time high could get reached if we do see a stronghold getting created and momentum towards the upside getting started. Also, if we head towards the 4-hourly time frame, we are actually seeing the opposite taking place, and this is convincing me that we are going to create a stronghold where we are currently trading at. Why is this the case? It's because we are clearly seeing a lower low on the chart and a higher low on the RSI. So higher low on the RSI, lower low on the chart, bullish divergence, and this is convincing me that we are going to create a stronghold on top of this ascending support. Also, if we zoom in just enough, I don't want to be this far, so just like that, you can see that both on the 4-hourly and daily RSI, we are seeing that we have plenty of space to see further continuation. So therefore, I must admit that this looks very good to see once more a leg towards the upside on Monday getting reached. So this is absolutely crucial right now and something you would like to monitor very closely. So RSI on both the 4-hourly and daily RSI looking very great. On the 1-hourly time frame, what are we seeing? Well, we are not seeing a bullish divergence, we are not seeing a bearish divergence either, but the RSI does of course look good. Either towards the up or towards the downside, we still have space to go on either direction, and I think that is actually quite good right now for the 1-hourly RSI, especially because we still have the entire day, and I would like to prefer to see right now a decline taking place instead of a major movement towards the upside already getting started. Well, this being said, let's enable the EMA ribbon. The EMA ribbon is clearly right now supporting, well, getting retested as a level of resistance. Well, I can clearly see that it looks like we are not breaking out above it, but perhaps we are going to see once more an increase in momentum towards the upside, and therefore I would like to place the MACD. So the MACD has actually already experienced momentum towards the upside. We head towards the EMA ribbon on the 1-hourly time frame. We saw that it became a level of resistance together with the $2.05 range of Fibonacci. And right now we are seeing a decline of this momentum towards the upside. So perhaps we are going to see a crossover and once more a touch point on top of this ascending support. But it could as well be a possibility that we are going to see or experience a continuation of this momentum towards the upside and see a breakout occur, of course, above the $2.05 range and head straight back up afterwards. What would be important if we see this scenario playing itself out is that we will be getting supported by the 1-hourly EMA ribbon, and therefore we will be very strong and healthy heading towards a new possible breakout or a new possible all-time high. On the 4-hourly time frame, well, it does not look absolutely marvelous to me. We already experienced for quite a long time momentum towards the downside, and we did see a few crossovers, but we did not experience actually momentum that was significant enough. And right now we are heading once more towards a crossover. For perhaps this is showing us that we are going to see that further increase on Monday and that major momentum towards the upside getting started. So this does look very good to me on the 1-hourly on the 4-hourly time frame, and on the 1-hourly time frame it is looking as well very good to me due to the fact that we are still above the ascending support, and that we could perhaps see a continuation of momentum towards the upside, breaking out above the $2.05 and getting supported by the 1-hourly EMA ribbon, and that will be highly needed if we would like to see a breakout occur as well above the 4-hourly EMA ribbon, due to the fact that if we do not break out above this range, a rejection might be possible and a second touch point or a touch point once more on top of this ascending support is likely to occur, but I would like to see a preferable breakout occur above the EMA ribbon and heads towards the $2.39 in the immediate short term. Also, I will be disabling the EMA ribbon just for a small while to see this trend line. Well, just for the immediate short term, you can see that we are actually trading underneath this trend line, and therefore crucial level to break out above actually within the upcoming hours is going to be right where we are right now. So if we want to see an increase, we have to break out above this crucial descending resistance on the 4-hourly time frame with already 3 touch points underneath, and see that breakout occur above it. Why I think this is crucial is because if we break out above this range and as well above the $2.05 range, we could perhaps see a decline afterwards, but we will get supported by this descending previous resistance as a level of support. We will get supported by the ascending support underneath us, this line right here, and as well the 1-hourly EMA ribbon. So therefore we could expect major support and a stronghold to be able to see that further continuation towards the upside. So that is absolutely important. So this descending resistance is something you would like to monitor closely. So breaking out above the $2.05 range is actually a very important thing right now. Also, the daily time frame, the MACD, we already experienced major momentum towards the downside. So if we are going to see a decline of this momentum, we are going to see a possible major crossover occur, and as well a major momentum towards the upside getting started. Lastly, I would like to place actually a fixed range volume profile from its prior low towards its new all-time high. So by selecting the fixed range volume profile from right here, from swing low towards swing high on the daily time frame, I would like to show you where the most amount of volume was traded and what is this actually showing us. The most amount of volume was traded right above our current price action. So absolutely crucial right now is to be able to break out above the $2.09 range on Matic. Otherwise, if we do get rejected and eventually break down below this ascending support that has already lasted for several months with multiple touch points on top of this area, if we do right now actually see that breakdown occur below it, it is absolutely inevitable that we will reach the $1.29, a great range to accumulate more and purchase this cryptocurrency. But if you are holding this right now, such as I am, I would rather prefer to see that breakout occur above the $2.09 and head straight back up afterwards, creating a new all-time high, perhaps heading even towards the $3.49. So thank you very much for watching so far. If you're enjoying, guys, as I said previously, do not forget to smash up those likes down below. It will be absolutely incredible of you guys. So thank you very much. And as well, please, if you are watching and you would like me to take a look at a cryptocurrency of your own choice, do not forget to place it down below in the description. This being said, for all of you who are not yet subscribed, do not forget to subscribe down below. And also, if you would like to purchase cryptocurrency, or if you're interested in trading cryptocurrencies, Bybit is a platform with a lot of cryptocurrencies, a lot of different types of crypto for sure. And at this platform, you will be actually able to, purchase all types of crypto and as well trade, almost all cryptos on the platform are tradable. So do not forget to do so by joining down below. You will be able to earn up to 4,100 USD Tether. So it's an amazing deposit bonus as well. So this opportunity is something you do not want to miss out on. Also, let's take a quick look at the comment section. I'm seeing here from Ilya, flexible saving of Cme on Binance too. Just saw it. Nice. I really like that. So there's a flexible saving option on Cme on Binance. So that is absolutely incredible. Well, I'm not seeing any type of requests. I'm not sure if Ilya wanted me to look at at this cryptocurrency. But I'm as well seeing here Lionel NG, another underrated streamer. I really appreciate it so much, guys, and I truly appreciate you being here. Tomorrow as well, I'm making right now an announcement. Tomorrow I will be live as well. So if you want to join tomorrow, do not forget to do so. And actually, I want to just put out this news of the day. What should the crypto industry expect from regulators in 2022? Expert answer part 1. So this is absolutely a very, very significant and I think amazing article. I already read this and I think it's a little bit too long to discuss this during the live stream. You can see here that it has multiple chapters, I would like to call these. So you have like 13 different topics, and it's because these are all important people within the cryptocurrency space that are going to discuss the legalization and the process that we could expect in 2022, and what their personal view is on which countries perhaps will legalize crypto, or what type of ETFs will be able or available in the regular market. So it is just absolutely a great article. I think everyone should read this. So if you haven't read this yet, do not forget to head towards Cointelegraph, where you will be able to read this article. It's for sure absolutely, I think, good to do this. And you can clearly see that, well, for example, if we read right here, this here, Paolo Ordorfio of Bitfinex. So Paolo is the Chief Technology Officer of Bitfinex, a digital asset trading platform offering state-of-the-art services for digital currency traders and global liquidity providers. Regulators will continue to look at how to put in place appropriate rules and regulations for blockchain-based technologies, and I would encourage the industry to proactively work with regulators to help them achieve this aim. So I think this statement is actually very good. I think he has completely right that regulators should work together with the industry and blockchain-based technologies, and encourage the industry to proactively work with regulators seems to me as, yes, a benefit, especially because we will actually eventually see a major increase in the new users. And I think that is absolutely the goal here, because if crypto doesn't go mainstream, eventually we won't be seeing those incredible all-time highs that we could be getting reached, actually getting reached. So yeah, of course it is controversial, because we are as well, we all know that crypto is decentralized. We know the decentralized finance sector within crypto, the DeFi sector. It's just amazing the type of achievements they can get without a bank or any type of involvement of any type of regulator. But if it's not being regulated at all, eventually some countries won't like to choose crypto as the mainstream payment method. And I think if we go mainstream with crypto, even if it's regulated, there will still be many options out there to keep the crypto space as it has been already, and be that decentralized exchange of goods and for sure finance. But I think it is very important that we should regulate as well a bit, so other countries will be more interested and more tempted to, for example, legalize Bitcoin as their cryptocurrency, or their for example legal tender, such as El Salvador did, because we would like to see more adoption taking place in 2022 as well. So I'm not seeing anyone right now in the comment section placing any type of comments, or if they want me to discuss any type of cryptocurrency of their own choice. So if I'm not seeing anyone right now actually wanting to join this, wanting me to discuss a cryptocurrency. I will be discussing just one more crypto. I will be taking a quick look here at the chart which cryptocurrency I should discuss. And I think one of a good possible discussion would be internet computer. It has done incredible price action during the past couple of weeks, so I think it is important to notice that, and as well to take a look at what we could perhaps expect within the upcoming hours and days. So right now is the last chance for the people who would like me to discuss a cryptocurrency of their own choice. Otherwise, I will be discussing internet computer. Well, okay, let's get started on internet computer. What I think is absolutely important is to take a quick look at the 4-hourly time frame. And what we are clearly seeing here is that we have seen already multiple touch points on top of this ascending support, or this ascending parabolic curve, or run up as you might say it, but it serves as a level of support as well. And important, absolutely very important, is this fixed range volume profile from swing high towards swing from swing low towards swing high. You can clearly see that that was perfectly aligned at $27.61. It became a major level of support, so that is for sure absolutely something I think is important right here, that we did see support on top of it as well. The 200-day moving average was perfectly aligned at the same point in time. After we broke out above it, we find support on top of it once more, and we did see an increase afterwards, so this does look very good to me. But let's take a quick look at what type of price action we could expect right now within the upcoming hours. And what we are personally seeing right now, well, we are clearly seeing a lower high getting created. We are getting rejected underneath the $36.05, and yeah, what is important to me is that we could perhaps start seeing a good possible trend line right here. So we could see, for example, this being placed and this like that. So perhaps you might be following me, but we are clearly seeing a possible target getting reached here, or a possible symmetrical triangle getting formed. So this is absolutely crazy. Why is this crazy? It's because we have seen 2 touch points on top of this ascending support, and we have as well seen 2 touch points underneath this descending resistance. I'm very sorry, I'm seeing here in the comment section, Ilya Epping, you are sending a question mark. So this does mean you had a question, or are you, because I'm not. Please let me know if you have any concerns in the comment section down below. I will be happy to answer your questions. And your question mark, yeah, of course. Just let me know, please. I will continue with internet computer. Well, we are clearly seeing this pattern getting formed. We are seeing this symmetrical triangle, and I think this is absolutely incredible, due to the fact that we could perhaps see this pattern getting formed on the 4-hourly time frame. So that is of course a possibility right here. And what are we actually looking at? So yeah, we are seeing a possible major breakout or breakdown occur. So this is something you do want to consider. So if we, for example, say we are going to see a breakout occur on the 13th of January, that breakout will be an approximate breakout of approximately, let's say, 26%. So this is an opportunity that you do not want to miss out on. And even more important, we will be heading towards the 42.2% of Fibonacci. Why is this such an important level? Well, why is this the case? It's because if we go towards the daily time frame, just for a while, and we select from swing high towards swing low, a fixed rate volume profile, you can see that the most amount of volume was traded at that point in time at $42.02. So this means that we are actually going to see perhaps a rejection at this area if we see a breakdown of this 26% move. So this is for sure absolutely important. And also, if we do see a breakdown occur, it is also important to notice that we could be heading once more towards the $21.20 area, but I think that is absolutely unlikely to occur due to the fact that if we head towards the 4-hourly time frame once more, we are going to see underneath us the $27.61 area as a level of support, and as well the 200-day moving average still underneath us. So I'm actually convinced that we are not going to see this a major breakout occur, or breakdown, I'm sorry, a breakdown occur. But of course, if we do not hold strong on top of this ascending support, decline in price action will be inevitable. So heading towards the $27 and perhaps finding a stronghold there is a possibility, but I would like to prefer a movement in between these two areas and eventually see that major move towards the upside, heading towards a $42 price target, where we will for sure get rejected underneath and perhaps be able to find support on top of the $40.63 range. So that is absolutely important. Also, we are going to take a quick look at Ilya Epping's questions in the comment section down below. So she's saying in Dutch that she is not able to upload her questions, and no English white paper, but maybe a big move possible, hidden gem. So it does not have an English white paper of Cme. So I assume that you are talking about Cme coin. So let's take a quick look. Cme coin, a top 248 cryptocurrency on CoinMarketCap with a market cap of $337 million and the current price of $7. We are not seeing a white paper, so let's take a quick look at their white paper. So if we head towards the white paper, we are seeing here white paper of Cme, and unfortunately the white paper is written in well, this could be Mandarin or Chinese, but okay, of course it is a possibility. Well, I'm seeing, yeah, the entire white paper is not, well, able to be read by me. It's able to be read by a lot of people, but not by me, unfortunately. I do not speak Mandarin. But, well, let's take a quick look at what we're seeing here. If we take a look at all-time high, it's actually at an all-time low. Purchasing crypto at an all-time low seems to me as one of the best personal things you could do. So I must say that if you buy all-time low, I think it is just, of course, a good opportunity, because you can always make a profit from it. Or not always, but in most of the times you are able to make a profit from it. I believe it's Japanese, yes. The only point here I would like to make is that that I'm actually, if I can't read a white paper myself, I am not very trustworthy. So I personally would not invest in a white paper that I'm not able to read. But I would do it if I invested enough time and research in this particular project. So if you are saying to me that they are listed on multiple exchanges, we could take a look at that. So let's take a quick look. So where are the exchange? Oh no, this is just exchange. Where is read more Cme markets? So it is already listed on Coinbase, it is already listed on Binance, it is listed on Gate.io, KuCoin, Binance, and I think many more. So yeah, it's listed on many more. So the confidence is high. So that is actually something I think is quite good. But what does concern me is that if we go towards the overview and we look at all-time prices, this coin is already listed on multiple major exchanges. Therefore, we already experienced a major platform acknowledging them, and a major platform actually listing them. So why haven't we seen any type of increase in price action? For example, throughout 2021, we only saw this all-time high right here, heading towards the $4. Afterwards, we have seen a major decline. It only launched, and it seems to be like a cryptocurrency that I would personally invest in, but I would still be doubtful, and I wouldn't invest a lot of money. Just the money you can actually from your portfolio, the money you are willing to put aside to invest in these type of projects that are a little bit more high risk, I would like to say it. And yeah, if we take a quick look at just the last couple of months, for example, let's say we are going to look at the price action from this coin from November till today. Well, you can clearly see that yeah, we have been in a downtrend. We head towards the $32 and right now we are able to purchase at $7. And if we zoom out a bit further, we were able to purchase at even $1. So yeah, well, what is this actually showing us? Well, yeah, I think this is worth your money, even if you are able to stake this. Or I'm seeing that Ilya is also saying that it's a flexible saving on Binance. So it's actually a great possible option to just accumulate more crypto. And it's at a great price as well, and it has the potential to see a spike in price action. So yeah, I would say if you want to try this, just do it, and perhaps the outcome will be great. And of course, do your own due diligence about this crypto at all time. No, just a few dollars for a little gamble in case Bitcoin goes up again. Yeah, great, Ilya. I'm for sure, people, this is the mindset that we are talking about on this channel for sure. And I think of most crypto channels that we want to be making gains, and these are the type of gains that you do not want to miss out on. And I do agree with Ilya right now that this is a possible cryptocurrency that could explode out of nowhere. So if you are right now purchasing this at $7, I personally think that you will for sure be able to eventually see an increase and your money perhaps being doubled. So yeah, do your due diligence about this token and you might be able to get great returns from it. So lastly, guys, during this video, I would like to end by looking at the important indicators right here, such as the MACD on the 4-hourly time frame, clearly supporting us at approximately $30.37. This is also one more reason why I personally do not think that we are going to see a decline and a breakdown occur, but instead we are going to see a touch point and afterwards a major movement towards the upside, heading towards the $42 range. This is of course my personal opinion, but I think that is actually highly likely to occur outside of this symmetrical triangle. Also, if we take a quick look at the MACD, we are already experiencing momentum towards the upside. What I think is good to know is that we could perhaps see right now a decline taking place, and therefore I am not actually concerned right now, due to the fact that if we do see a decline, we are going to see a touch point once more on top of this ascending support. And if we find this touch point on top of this ascending support, we will be confirming this pattern, and that is something that I personally am looking out to. So if we do right now see a decline taking place, it will be actually something I would like to see. So that is something I'm not concerning about right now. And as well, on the 1-hourly time frame, we are seeing that a decline is already taking place, and we could perhaps head towards a crossover if we are not able to break out above this descending resistance. And that is something I think is not going to occur within the upcoming hours. So therefore, this looks good to me, and perhaps we are going to see that decline getting started once more towards a touch point on top of this ascending support. Lastly, I would like to take a look at the relative strength index on the 1 hourly time frame. We went towards the dotted line on the upper part. We did not break out above it, but we clearly got rejected once we reached the 0.382 Fibonacci at $36.05, and we went straight back underneath this descending resistance. So what is the RSI showing us? I personally think that we are going to expect that decline taking place, as I said priorly, and we still have plenty of space to do so on the 1 hourly time frame. So that is of course a possibility, but if we do right now see a further increase, perhaps heading once more towards a touch point underneath the 0.382 Fibonacci at $36.05, we are going to see once more the RSI heading towards the dotted line on the upper part, and therefore we could expect afterwards a decline in price action. So right now, personally, staying inside of the pattern is what will occur for Internet Computer. And that is for sure a setup that I will like to see, because I want to see that 26% increase afterwards for sure taking place. Also, we are not seeing any type of bullish nor bearish divergences right now in the immediate short term on the 4 hourly time frame. And what I think is good to know is that we are as well quite far above on the 4 hourly time frame RSI, and therefore if we do right now see a further increase, we will be heading towards that dotted line, and we could expect at that point in time a rejection or a decline in price action taking place, heading straight back towards the touch point on top of this ascending support. So unfortunately, I will have to do a few things today, a few more things, so I won't be able to stay here all day. But as I said at the beginning of this live stream, and also in between the cryptocurrencies I discussed, I'm going to be here back at it tomorrow. I will be streaming once more, so do not forget to give me those thumbs ups down below, and even more important, do not forget to join me tomorrow live on Crypto Toro. So thank you very much guys for being here and supporting this channel, and I really hope you enjoy the content. So bye bye, and see you on the next one.